On the night of March 14th, 2022, at precisely 9:27 p.m., in the quiet town of Silverwood, Colorado, a soft, trembling voice pierced the stillness of a 911 call center. A young woman whispered that someone was inside her home. The dispatcher calmly asked for her address, but before she could respond, there was a clatter, the sound of slow, deliberate footsteps, and a broken, terrified whisper. "Oh my God, he's here." A sharp inhale, a short gasp, and then silence. The line went dead. That woman was 27-year-old preschool teacher Clara Benson, someone friends described as radiant, gentle, and the kind of person who brought warmth and calm wherever she went. But that night, Clara was anything but calm. She was terrified, and the man she feared most was someone she had once trusted. To understand the events leading up to that night, we must first understand Clara. Born on August 18th, 1994, in the small town of Hawthorne Ridge, Colorado, she was the middle child of 3 sisters. Her mother, Helen Benson, often recalled Clara as the peacemaker in the family, always stepping in to soothe conflicts and quiet tensions. Her father, Mark Benson, a devoted firefighter, adored his daughters and was known for his unwavering support. Clara loved watercolor painting, exploring hiking trails near Cedar Hollow Lake, and teaching young children. After graduating from Colorado State University, she landed her dream job at Little Trails Learning Center, where coworkers described her as patient, compassionate, and exceptionally reliable. Despite her serene exterior, Clara quietly struggled with anxiety, a vulnerability she rarely let anyone see. She trusted easily and believed in the goodness of people, a trait that would, tragically, make her susceptible to someone like Derek Shaw. Clara met Derek on January 7th, 2021, at the Gilded Bean Cafe, a small, sunlit coffee shop in downtown Silverwood. He was 31, a freelance tech worker with an easy smile and the type of charisma that drew people in effortlessly. Derek noticed Clara's sketchbook, complimented her art, and engaged her in conversation, making her laugh with ease. For Clara, who had recently come out of a difficult breakup, his attention was flattering and comforting. Their relationship moved quickly. Within the first week, Derek was texting constantly. Within 2 weeks, he had cooked dinner for her. Within 3, he declared that he loved her. Friends and family were initially excited, but as weeks passed, subtle warning signs began to emerge. Derek didn't raise his voice or make overt threats. Instead, he controlled through guilt, charm, and subtle intimidation. He questioned her solo hikes. Why go alone? What if something happens? He criticized the way she placed her phone on the table. Why hide things from me? And he isolated her from friends and family, making her feel guilty for wanting personal space. By August 2021, Clara began creating distance. She stopped attending Sunday family dinners and delayed responding to texts. Derek's behavior intensified. On September 4th, her car tires were slashed outside her apartment. On October 19th, she received 37 missed calls from a blocked number in a single night. On November 7th, someone broke into her classroom after hours, not to steal, but to destroy her watercolor painting. Clara confided in her coworker, Rachel Nigan, that she felt watched, but she did not report Derek to the police. She feared official action would provoke him. She believed that if she stayed quiet, he might move on, but he didn't. He escalated. March 14th, 2022, appeared to be a normal day. Clara left work at 5:11 p.m., smiling and waving at coworkers on security cameras. She stopped at Willow Creek Market at 5:26 p.m., buying pasta, tomatoes, and a small pack of watercolor pens. When she returned home, her neighbor, Margaret Cole, noticed a gray Honda parked across the street with its engine and lights off. Margaret later recalled, "He didn't look like he was waiting for someone. He looked like he was timing something." At 7:48 p.m., Clara texted her sister, Sophie Benson, "Can we talk tomorrow?" Just tired tonight. At 8:32 p.m., cameras recorded a gray Honda circling her block. At 9:11 p.m., a doorbell camera caught a muffled scream. And at 9:27 p.m., Clara dialed 911. The call lasted only 22 seconds. In that brief recording, Clara whispered that someone was inside. The dispatcher urged her to hide and asked for her address. A floorboard creaked. Footsteps approached. Clara gasped, whispering, "He found me." And then the line went dead. Emergency responders arrived 14 minutes later at 9:41 p.m. The front door was locked. The back door showed signs of forced entry. Inside, the apartment was eerily still. A pot had boiled over on the stove. In the hallway, officers found Clara, with signs of struggle evident throughout the living room and kitchen. A toppled lamp, scratches on the walls, her shattered phone, and a crushed watercolor palette on the floor painted a disturbing picture. A single fingerprint on the window latch matched Derek Shaw. Investigators combed Clara's devices and uncovered months of harassment. Texts revealed repeated threats and obsessive monitoring. February 11th. "I can't do this anymore." Derek's reply, "You don't get to leave. Ever." February 21st. "Stop calling me, Derek, and tell them what? You have no proof. You're nothing without me." The pattern was clear. This was not impulsive rage. This was calculated obsession. Further digging revealed Derek had a history. In 2018, a woman named Tara Fields in Denver reported he had stalked and threatened her, breaking into her apartment. Charges were never filed due to lack of evidence, and Tara relocated out of state. When investigators located her, she confirmed the terrifying pattern. He was charming, and then jealous, and then obsessed. "I prayed I was wrong, but I knew someone else would eventually pay for it." For 19 days, Derek evaded capture, cutting off all electronic traces and moving between locations. On April 2nd, 2022, at 3:14 p.m., a wildlife camera in Aspen Grove Forest captured a lone hiker wearing a dark hoodie, revealing a wrist tattoo that matched Derek's. Law enforcement moved in and found him camping near a creek, malnourished and paranoid, carrying a notebook full of disturbing entries, including a note that read, "She should have listened." End quote. The trial began on January 9th, 2023, at the Silverwood County Courthouse. Prosecutors presented a year-long timeline of Derek's obsession, including Clara's texts, doorbell audio, surveillance footage, internet search history, such as how to break into a second-floor apartment, and how long until police trace a 911 call, and his fingerprint on her window. Derek remained emotionless throughout, showing no remorse. On January 14th, Clara's mother, Helen Benson, testified, her voice shaking as she described her daughter's gentle spirit. She didn't deserve fear. She didn't deserve to die begging for help. The courtroom wept, except for Derek. On January 26th, the jury returned a verdict, guilty on all counts. Derek Shaw was sentenced to life without parole, showing no visible reaction. Clara's family refused to let her story fade into darkness. In June 2023, they founded the Clara Benson Foundation, providing resources for victims of stalking and coercive control, including home security support, emergency relocation assistance, and financial help for restraining orders. Sophie Benson now speaks in schools about warning signs of unhealthy relationships. "We teach children and adults to trust their instincts." Clara had instincts. She just didn't want to believe the worst about someone. Every March 14th, friends and family gather at Cedar Hollow Lake, lighting candles and carrying watercolor paintings, honoring the life of a gentle soul taken too soon. Clara's story is heartbreaking, but tragically not unique. If you or someone you know is experiencing stalking, unwanted contact, or controlling behavior, reach out to local authorities or a trusted support organization. You deserve safety. You deserve peace. You deserve to be believed. If this documentary moved you, please comment to support the story, like the video, and subscribe for more narratives told with truth, empathy, and respect.